Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil and today we'll be looking at courseplay for Farming Simulator. Today I'll be showing you how to create a field edge path for a grass field, which courseplay does not allow for, doesn't create edges for grass fields, so I'll show you how to do that, and then I'll show you how to set up a mower to mow the field, and then I'll show you how to set up a rake to row the field, and then finally we'll set up a silage harvester to pick up the grass and set up tractors and trailers to draw the grass away from the harvester and bring it to a pit or a silo, whichever you call it. So now let's get started. So we'll start off by going to our mower tractor and we'll start off by creating the field edge path. So to do this, you'll bring up your courseplay and you can set it to anyone, it doesn't really matter, you're just drawing a line around the field. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to put it on transfer. So we'll drive up to the edge of the field now, sort of just in a bit from the edge, and start course recording. So now it's up to you where you want to drive. You can drive right out to the very edge and get the very last of the grass, every last bit of it, or you can drive nice and in and make sure you're not going to be getting in the way of anything else that might be on the road. So it's up to yourself. And personally, I get every last bit of it. So I'll be going on round the corner now and making sure I get every last bit of it. So we'll just drive on now. It's handy enough now. Just this, set it up and that. So you just look. I'll be skipping the in-betweens of him mowing the field, and then once again going and show you how to do it. I'll just skip it and go on to the end once he's finished, and then show you how to set up the rake and just skip again and do that until we get to the final stages of setting up the harvester and the trailers. So it's easy enough done now. There's nothing majorly hard to it. It just relies on just getting it right. That's really it. So just keep on driving around now. Keep on driving. So no, we're just coming to the end of it now. So we'll just drive up here now and we'll stop somewhere about here. Should be good enough. You don't really need to have them perfectly right on, bang on each other. It's okay if you leave a bit of a gap, it won't do any harm. He'll fill in the gaps, I think. So now we want to go and change this to field work. Maybe one thing you might want to do is just save this, and we'll save this as field I think it's 21 edge path, so that if I want to spread slurry on this field I can do so, or if I wanted to maybe plough the field I can do so. I have an edge path for it. So that's all that's for. Now we'll just save that now. Damn it, I was wrong. It's field 20, sorry. I was sure. Look, you know yourselves what to change it to, but so now we'll go into, want to change it to field work then. Once we change it to field work, we want to course generation, currently loaded course. We want to put our working width of our mower. So the working width of this mower is 9.9 meters, but I'd advise going slightly less. Now, depending on what your preference is, the smaller you have it, the better job it does, but the longer it takes. So I go about 9.5, 9 1/3, and then you set your starting corner. So wherever you want to start, you can start in northwest, southeast, whichever. I start where I am now, which is northwest, heading east. So we want to then set a headland on it. Because I've went round the corner and I've sort of got myself into a bit of dodgy territory for going up and down, I'll set a headland. So I'll set 2 rounds. You just change it there. 2, 3, I think it goes up to 6 is the maximum. Yeah. All I need is 2. So he has lots of space to turn on the headland. So now once you've that done and all is right, you just click generate field course. And now we go back to drive and we select first waypoint. Now the first waypoint, I don't know where it is, it could be at the bottom there I think. So we'll just tell him to drive course. And now he'll drive to where the start is, wherever that is. Or it could be up at the very top. I may just have to stop him now because he'll just try and drive through all the builders. Say this is going to be at the other corner now. Because where I was is not the most northerly point. The most northerly point is up here. So we'll just have to drive over to it now. That's all that can be done. All that can be done now. There it is there. There's the start point. Just you can see that bit there, that's where he might get a bit confused, but he should be okay. But sure, you won't be seeing it to know if he does, but he should be okay. So now, he'll unfold himself at the first. Always make sure you set that to start at first waypoint, because you want him to start at the start, and you want to be careful just to make sure he's sort of right side, because if he came in from the other direction, once he hits the start point, he'd unfold his mowers and then try and spin around and follow the course. So now he's going on there nicely, so I'll leave it at that next time. So I'll stop it now, and next time you see it, the field will be done. So now that's him finished the mowing. As you can see there, he stops at the end point, folds up his implement, and you'll see, you'll get the sign there, T832, whatever tractor you're using has finished work. So that's it. So now we'll just go and tell him to stop driver, and we'll just drive him out of the way. Just get him out of the way so we can get the rake set up now. So just get him out of the way. Eventually. No, that's him out of the way. So now we go to the rake, which we have here. We're using the Dyson, we're using the big 3-rotor rake, which is a serious tool. So now, we'll just do the same again. We may go to the northwest corner, as I didn't do before. Now, as you can see there, there's a nice big patch of grass not mowed, and that's the joys of courseplay. But for some strange reason, they just can't seem to do the corners right. They do the ups and downs as good as you could ever imagine, but just those corners, they don't. You have to really make your implement a lot narrower than it actually is to get it to work properly, to get it to work nicely. So it's up to yourself. You can make them narrow, takes longer, or make them reasonably wide and he'll do a reasonable job. So it's up to yourself. So now we're around the same standpoint last, so now we'll bring her up now, and we'll go and we'll click on our manage courses, and field 21 edge path, which this is field 20, but you know from earlier on. So we'll just load that course, and we'll go back here and we go to field work. Once we click that, we go here, currently loaded course. We'll leave that as it is. Our working width is, just let me check, 19 meters. So we can, well, auto only works when it's unfolded. So if we unfold them, so we'll just give them a minute there, and we'll unfold them, and we'll be able to automatically calculate how wide he is. So now he's fully unfolded. So we can click that, and it says it's 19.4 meters, which is just a bit wider. So I'm going to scale this, knock down 18.4. It says 19. It automatically says he's not more, so I'm going to say 18.4, so he gets a nice job done. So starting corner is the same as before, northwest. Our starting direction is east, and we'll do 2 headlands. I had a bit of a problem with the mower up here. He was doing these little arsey-farsey ups and downs, and it just didn't go too well. So we'll go with 2. This is wider, so it should be okay. So now that's that. We'll click generate field course, and where's my start point? It should be somewhere about the place. Its start point is saying down there. We may just go, you can go into your settings and show waypoints, and you can go and show all your waypoints, and this will bring up all the waypoints you have. So now this is just saying something funny-ish there. Now I'm a bit lost, but he's saying I start there, so we'll go to where the start point is. Now it will, to be perfectly honest, whatever way you row the field, you set the harvester to the same width as the rower, so he follows the rows, and that's how that works. So it doesn't really matter if he's sort of all over the place and he rows what he's already rowed, that won't matter. He should pick it up all anyway. So now we'll go, and you know that's okay, well, okay-ish. So we start and end, and we tell him to drive course at first waypoint. So now he's going up. What's he going to do now? Yeah, he's going to fold it. Actually, we'll just stop driving and we'll get him to drive back a bit from the point. Always just have it a bit back, because if it's too close, he might think he's gone by it and start driving around in circles. So just drive him back a bit. And now, time to drive the course. And he is unfolding. You just give him a minute now. He could unfold it and then fold it again. Wouldn't surprise me, to be perfectly honest. Yep. But anyways, once you have it set at first waypoint, or first waypoint, he'll go to the first waypoint, and as long as he's in this direction, that he's meeting the start and then following on, instead of coming from the other direction, coming from down there, where he'd have to turn, you'll be okay. So, now, he'll unfold it, and he should start, and off he goes. And then as same as before, I'll just skip all this boring stuff of him rowing, and then once he's finished, I'll show you the finished field, and we'll get straight on to setting up the forage harvester. So that's it. When you see it again, it'll be all rolled. So now that's the rake finished. So we'll go and we'll set up. I'll show you how to set up the harvester, pick up the silage, and I'll show you how to set up the tractors and trailers to draw away the silage. So we'll tell this driver to stop driving, and we'll just drive him out of the way. So the rake does a reasonably good job. One of the biggest problems is he'd go around and he'd be driving over what he's already rowed, and it looks a bit messy, but as long as your harvester runs the exact same course as he does, you'll be fine. So now, before we go off him, we'll save this. Now you can see I already have this saved, because this is the 4th attempt at making this video, because the first two, the trailers I was using were making a crash, and then the third one, I used different trailers, but those trailers weren't working properly and I wasn't filling the silo. So this is the 4th attempt, and you can't really say 4th time lucky because it doesn't sound right, so we'll just hope this is the right one. So now anyways, just to show you save it, whatever, it's just to save your settings that you have here, so the harvester has the exact same, because that is a must to make sure it works right. So now we'll go to the harvester, we'll buy him, now we have him. So now we'll just reverse the harvester and we'll bring up the same course now. So we'll bring up field 20 rowing and pick up, that's the one I saved it as. So we'll bring that up, we'll bring that up, and we will, now you set this to field work, and you set him to field work, and then you drive first waypoint, and that is all you need to do. That doesn't matter now, so we'll just drive him over here, and you'll notice a few different things between the first two videos and this one, or first two parts and this part, because I've had to do this one part so many times. So awful annoying, but sure, look at these things happen. So now let's drive him over here, and we tell him to drive course. He's not just set up nicely there, so I went in. It's no better that way. No better that way. It's just the way it runs inputs. Not much you can really do about it. Now we're talking. So now that's him set up, ready to go, waiting for trailers. So now we go to the first trailer. I'm using the tractors and trailers that are on it, except for I have the 8140 there, just purely because I am a massy man and I need to have them in them. So look, I was using cane trailers that I had converted from 2013 to 2015, and I mustn't have done it right because I'm having problems. So we'll forget about that, and if you want to know, leave a comment there, and I'll send you a link to a video that will show you how to do it, and maybe you might have better luck than I have if you're interested. So we'll just start off now. Now this works the very same, near enough the same as the grain transporting or collecting the grain from the combine and bringing it to the store. So we set it to the combi empty combine and off-road trailer, and we just go out into the middle of the field. Just it's the same, you go out into the middle of the field where your tractor and trailer can come from. Oh, I have them on follow me. And I get them to stay there. Okay, so now you start course recording. You want to be somewhere in the middle of the field so that your tractor and trailer can come from any direction and get there and turn and not crash into anything. So you just drive off. Now I'm going to bring this to the BGA so that I have silage there for the next video, which will be showing you how to use the fill and empty shovel, or fill and shovel, or whatever it is on it, just to pretty much automatically empty a silo into the biodigester. It's hard enough, it requires weight points and loading positions and stuff, but that's why I'm bringing it here. That will be all explained in the next video, so just to let you know, give you something to be subscribing to, you know, not to just a waste of time. So you can see now, I saved this after making the last video, and you can see I have 20% full, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think that's 20%, that looks more like 5% or 10%, so that's one of the problems I was having. I'm going to fill it up anyways. This is the second time I've cut this field, so okay. We'll plow on, nothing else can be done. Now, one thing I will say about when you're setting this course, and you will, if you're sure, look at, do this properly and you'll probably have more than one tractor and trailer drawn. Now you can use one, just takes a bit longer, but if you have more than one, just don't cross the lines. Same as before in the grain, or collecting the grain from the combine. You just don't cross the lines, and then you should have no problems. You'll be able to drive multiple tractors up and down at the one time, and you should have no bother. So that's really it. Now, in your end point, as with the start point, should be somewhere where your tractor or wherever you're driving can go and get to any part of the field without running into anything. So we're just going to bring him down here now. Just want to go a bit by the hedge. We don't want to go too far because of where he is. We want him to be able to go over him. So I want to go a bit more than that. Somewhere about there. That should be good there. Stop me. Now we'll tell him we start at nearest waypoint and we want to save this, because the other two drivers I have there in the top corners, you can see there, need to run off the same course. So we call this field 20 BGA 1. Like that's not, I normally have it in capital, so it'll do. So now we tell him, or no, we first, sure, we can tell him to drive course and we can be setting this up. And sure, we'll tell him first, you must set it to manually select your combine and set it to your harvester, the big X. And now this, your side offs, all that you can leave, but your start hat, I'd advise you to change that to 80%. Now your start hat is, let's say, when this trailer is 80% full, the next tractor and trailer will start to drive behind him until he's 100% full and he gets out of the way. And you see there, drive on 100%, change it, whatever you want yourself. So, now, this works fairly well. You can see the harvester will near enough follow the road. The only place he might miss is around corners, because the rake has that sort of a follow the tractor kind of steering, and it just sometimes doesn't work too well, or sort of can turn very tight, and the harvester can't turn as tight. You can see there he's just missing some. But in all fairness, for it being automated and not hiring a worker like what you might use with the disc head, it's serious. Like, I can leave everything there and then cut away silage, I can be doing something else. But sure, we're going to set up these other trailers now. So we'll just tell him field 20 DGR1, we'll load them up. He's after having 2, so no. And we'll just, that's 80%, that's grand. We'll change this to manually select the combine. And we can tell him to drive course. He should be able to just drive out of the way there. He might stay there now, I don't know. Yeah, I think he might stay there, so we'll bring this lad out of the way altogether. And we'll bring him up. He's going to wait there until the next tractor, or until the tractor and trailer that's the harvester's currently filling is at 80% full. So we'll just bring this lad up out of the way for the minute, and we'll load the same course, and we'll make sure all the settings are the same. So we manually select the combine, and that's that. And we tell him now drive it to the nearest waypoint, and he should turn around there and go to the end point. And that's what I think he should do anyways. So now that's it. Now there's nothing else to this. So there's nothing else. It's fairly straightforward. Your harvester follows the same course as your rake. That's really the only thing that you might have problems with. Other than that, it won't. And one thing I will advise, you can see there that tractor, he's going to end up crashing there. That's one thing you will find with this, is your tractors and trailers will do a lot of slipping and sliding and crashing. So you just keep an eye on them. You can see there it comes up, so you know yourself how it works. But that's it. Now I'll leave it running for maybe a minute or two. Might have a bit of an out-tune going, just because it's silage time. I want to cut some silage, and I love silage. So please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Good luck.